Hey, Ryan Gomes here with the Scrap Creative, and we're at NAB 2025 in the Blackmagic design booth. So I'm a camera nerd. I made my wonderful DP Jesse shoot this on a red Komodo, which is a bit of a hassle, but you know, you can't get a better image quality for a tiny camera like this. But I think we're getting pretty close with the Pyxis 12K. So for under $5,000 now, you can get a small form factor 12K camera. It comes in a variety of mounts. This one right here is a PL mount lens. And I'm really excited about it because it's, one, so cheap. And before the Komodo had a price cut of like $2,000, they were about the same price and double the resolution and really great dynamic range. So I've been playing around with this, testing it out, and what I'm fascinated with right now is that even though it's 12K, from the image that I'm seeing, it doesn't seem overly like digital or sharp or like too clinical. While it is clinical, in the sense that the image is really crisp and clean, it doesn't look overly digital or artifacty or weird. I'm really excited for this camera to actually be out shipping and get in the hands of people like myself. And we're going to talk to a Blackmagic rep tomorrow, but for today at least, I wanted to check it out and see what Blackmagic is doing with their cameras. I think it's insane. It's so cool. What I think is really cool is that they're shooting a scene. Basically, they hire actors, and you can test out the cameras in like a more practical, real-world scenario. So right now they have like a biker fixing a bike, and then they have some folks having a conversation over some brunch. They have aperture lights. It's a really cool setup. But I'm just excited to be able to kind of mess around with this and use it, and it feels like the regular Pyxis, just better, I guess. So I'm back at the Blackmagic booth, and I already talked about the Pyxis 12K, but this is the craziest camera I think I've ever seen. It's a 17K URSA. It has the equivalent of a 65mm sensor, so it's basically IMAX but digital. I don't think there's another camera that competes in terms of just the insane resolution, and they're letting us test it here with scenes that they've set up. They've hired actors, they've lit it, so it's basically a production-focused test so that filmmakers like myself can check things out and see what it looks like. And being completely honest, it's so precise and clinical, and there's so much resolution. Obviously, you can't see it on the TVs here, you can't see it on the monitor, but you can see that it feels a little overly digital with 17K. And I think that's just because there's so much resolution to work with, and it's crammed in such a small screen that it's going to end up looking digital. So I'm dying to figure out what things look like maybe if you throw a filter on it, or some glimmer glass or a pro mist or anything like that to diffuse that kind of sharp look. And I'm fascinated to try and figure out what glass can even capture that kind of a resolution. Like, what's the limit of the glass versus what's the limit of the camera? So we're going to cover more of this tomorrow. I'm going to talk to some Blackmagic reps on camera, but to inform that interview, let me know what you want to know about this camera, and I'll go through the comments before I do that interview and kind of use your questions to help inform what we're going to be talking about. So let me know what you're curious about, either the 17K URSA or the Pyxis 12K. They're both fascinating cameras, and I look forward to kind of figuring more about them and asking questions and learning more. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.